Welcome to Projects Podcast, a simple podcast of a couple friends getting together, talking about their passions, their latest projects, and whatever else comes to our mind. My name is CJ.
I'm Taylor.
And together, we are going to talk about some random garbage today. What do you got on the board today, Taylor?
So, the way we're going to start these off all the time, hello, doggo. It's good to see you, sir. The way that we are going to start these is with our energy drink of the week. Being the energy drink, self-deemed energy drink sommelier, I am expert. The way this happens is I grab an energy drink, surprise CJ with it, and then basically we crack it open, see how things go, see how it gets weird.
Yeah, and I don't know much about energy drinks. The only energy drink I ever really have is the White Monster. What is it? The Ultra Monster?
Ultra Beast or something?
It's the zero sugar thing or whatever.
Yeah, actually, fun fact about that I learned.
This doesn't have zero sugar?
Well, no, it does.
Oh.
Have you seen what Monster's logo is supposed to represent?
I thought it was just the M for Monster.
You'd think so. Each one of those parts of the M apparently is the Hebrew number for 6. So really it's 666, and their thing is Unleash the Beast. Yeah, a little creepy when you figure that out.
So it's all about, so this is Satan's brand.
But it tastes damn good.
That's a good fun fact. I did not know that in any way. Now that scares me to buy that anymore.
For some reason, I continue purchasing.
Okay, so what do we got here today?
So today, it's Rockstar Juiced. I was just put on by one of my coworkers.
Mr. Sommelier, is this a red or a white?
I think right there you have a spritzer.
Oh, okay.
Pairs well with leg days and cardio.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'm into this.
Can't really pair this with food, so I figured pairing it with workout.
I am all about this. I love everything about it.
It's like when you take like a Red Bull, just get you through the day of shopping.
That's just like get you through the mall.
Yeah, just a quick little pick me up.
A bang, I've heard a bang is like you need to break out of prison. You need to run through a freaking wall.
Yeah,
something like Chappelle's like Red Balls.
Yes,
where he just runs through the wall there.
Yeah, spot on. So anyway, today we have Rockstar Juiced. I've heard it's phenomenal. I don't know what to do. It says sparkling. I didn't even know there was gonna be carbonation. I guess we'll find out. No added sugar. 20 calories. You know what I'm saying? We trying to look sexy out here. We got swimsuit season coming around. Mm-hmm. And then what was I gonna say? 160 milligrams of caffeine.
Okay. So and you have not had these before either?
No, I haven't tried this one. This is probably the only energy drink I have not tried ever.
And so to give you guys an idea what the flavors we got here, I have the Island Mango.
Yeah, I'm fancy with it. Pineapple, orange, guava.
That is fancy. Packing a lot in there. I was going to give you all at home a little bit of ASMR here, but my lovely, wonderful fiance decided to take a little sippy herself. So
I got you. Hold on. That was a cannon.
That is just a cannon going off in there. Okay.
Well, cheers, my friend.
Well, bottoms up.
Boom. Caffeinate up. That is nice.
That's pretty good.
That is nice. Once it hits the lips, it's just so good.
Mm-hmm. I like the mango. Actually tastes like
Dude, that's nice. That's what I love that energy drinks are getting to, is they chilled out on the crazy carbonation.
So I'm going to keep a running track of all these. So for me, apparently what is known as Satan's Brew is number 1 in my book. So I'm going to give this
Satan's Brew.
0 to Satan's Brew. I'm going to give this I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, it ain't bad at all. I'm a big fan. Yeah, big fan. I think the other one, you know what? We'll just bring Monsters back. There'll be a day. We're not even going to be creative. We're just going to have a White Monster.
We'll have a White Monster at some point. I want to get a couple more into it before we get to that point. Like, I've heard that there are some absolutely atrocious flavors of Bang. And I feel like I need to try them at some point.
I found some sort of, like, marshmallowy something that will be going down soon. I don't remember where it was.
Marshmallowy?
Yeah.
That sounds terrible. I do like a marshmallow milkshake.
Okay, well, you're going to try a marshmallow, whatever else comes. I'll find it.
Okay.
I have seen some stuff that is just tough to stomach. But yeah, anyway. I'll surprise flavors every week. Pretty excited about it.
Pretty great. So being that this is podcast number 1, our intro podcast, we won't give you the behind the scenes of how many there have actually been.
1.5.
How this whole thing will go usually is we'll do the whole rigmarole here of our Rockstar Engineering. Most of the time we're going to have 3 people. So we'll call somebody in or have a third person here on the couch with us. one of the two to bring more interesting topics to light of whatever they're doing. So we have some people coming up. One owner of 7 McDonald's.
Yeah, not bad. He's only,
another
27?
Apple engineer.
Yep.
We have lots of fun people coming on the podcast.
I just spoke to recently a yoga phenom. She's been doing it forever. She is unbelievable.
I can get down with some yoga.
Yeah, she actually works with a lot of Broncos players as well. And she's got stories on stories, but she's phenomenal. I'm excited because she's one of those people, like, you know, when you sit by somebody and you feel like your happiness and positivity just jumped. That's her. Like, she just walks around with like this glow, which I figured I was hoping you'd be like, yeah, Taylor, like you, because never mind. I feel like that was me in your life, but I guess not.
No, I was your gleaming light.
That's true.
I was the one that always kept you in line by telling you that you were a fatty.
That is true. My true motivation behind working out.
How Taylor got to where he was.
My best friend for every day. Any time you get some sort of achievement. Dude, I just got offered a scholarship. You're still fat.
You still weigh in too much.
That was like bench warmers. Where he's like, I tipped it. You're still out. You're still fat. Oh, man. Anyway, so what have you been doing? Fill us in on the Cove. Like, what have you been doing during the Cove season?
My COVID adventure has been, I think like a lot of others. I don't know. I've been just working quite a bit. Locked up here. We're in week. I think I've been working from home now. I think I'm in week 8. Really? Working from home, which is crazy. It has gone by so quick.
That makes sense, actually.
But also, it's felt like forever. I don't remember what regular life was like. I don't remember being able to just go out in public.
Yeah.
And people not look at me as if I'm going to kill them.
Dude, I miss. What do you miss most? Let me ask you that.
I just miss the freedom. I miss being able to go out and like, because you look around, like when you're going out with people, everybody's being super polite. By the way, I haven't had any like problems or anything like that.
I had one beehole. Okay, for sure.
Enough. Yeah. So and I mean,
this 80-year-old lady about got the hands, bro. I'm not gonna. Anyway, continue.
So I haven't personally had any problems, but still, like you look around and everybody just looks super uneasy about everything going on wherever they are, and that is what I don't like. Like you can't just be like, "Hey, how's it going?" Because if you do that to somebody, they think I don't know what they're thinking. Like, am I shooting COVID out? I don't know. So
maybe
pre-Rona, that's just what I miss. Just being able to go wherever I want, whenever I want.
That's true.
Was a nice bonus. Also, the separation of being able to go to work, like go to an actual office,
like get out of your house.
Yeah, being locked up in the house all day just is kind of a bummer. Like Sullivan, my boy here, come here, Sol, come here. Nope, he's posted. He is tired of me being in this house. By the way, that is the dog down there.
It's the first time he hasn't jumped on us.
Yeah, he is just not pumped about
big chillin'.
Fiance and I being here all the time.
Well,
he likes his free time.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I mean, sometimes you just want to walk around with your clothes off, and you can't do that. I get it.
Yeah. So he just likes to party out on his own here.
I would say that the two biggest things.
Oh, come on. Yep, come on over here. No, over here. This way. Get back here.
We might get a howl out of him. We'll see. Oh,
no,
chilling.
He's just gonna chill with me.
So I would say the two things that I miss most that I've been thinking about a lot, and I hope not. Like I heard the movie theaters might be getting crushed, and I just want to go sit in a movie.
I do miss a good movie with some good movie theater popcorn.
That's what I'm saying. I want like greasy finger, like buttery popcorn.
Yeah.
Sticky floors, bring them back. I just miss sitting in a movie theater. Like I don't care what I have to watch. I would go sit there and watch it.
Me too. We've been watching some movies here. So I guess we've been just picking up some random things because a bunch of companies are releasing a bunch of their movies from theaters onto whatever. So we've been renting a couple of them just to try to keep ourselves sane.
Did you watch Sonic? The new Sonic?
We watched Sonic.
How is it?
Surprisingly pretty good.
Okay, I mean,
I enjoyed it. Now, I will say, I'm a big Parks and Rec fan.
Okay.
Jean-Ralphio playing Sonic.
I just forgot about
that. That's a brilliant move right there.
I forgot about that. Well, it's Jim Carrey.
Also, Jim Carrey just acting over the top. He's like back in his days of Liar Liar.
Just a lunatic.
And all those. Yeah, back in even right around the Bruce Almighty days where he was peak crazy. That's what he's back to in this movie. So it's fun to watch.
You know what movie? Veering off topic. Very underrated Jim Carrey movie was Yes Man.
I love Yes Man.
Phenomenal.
Especially with Zooey Deschanel in that.
Yeah, ain't bad.
Yeah. New Girl, also great show.
Yeah, I'm grinding that one now. All I'll say is that in Yes Man, I feel like it wore on me to where I wanted to be a Yes Man. I was like, that's so fun.
Yes.
And I wanted to learn how to play guitar, like everything, but it wore off after about 24 hours.
Yeah, it's when you actually start trying to do things that it just immediately just leaves your mind.
It's exhausting doing stuff. But then lastly, I was gonna say, dude, I just miss like sitting in a restaurant to eat.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to like clean up dishes. You don't have to throw anything away. You just take off.
My dishwasher's been working overtime.
Dude, I just like you realize how dope it is to be like, I'll take this whole part of this menu and I'll be over there. And someone just brings it to you. Unreal.
Yeah, we've been still trying to get out and, go to a couple places every once in a while and order some food. We've ordered from Big Bill's around here. And
so good.
I have to take you to it's a little cheaper Italian place called Angie's. It's way out on 470.
#ad. Are we sponsored by them?
I wish.
We've talked to them.
It is chronic. That stuff is so good.
Okay,
Case and I order from there every once in a while.
When this releases, I'm gonna DM them and say, toss a couple bucks, free advertisement.
Free ads.
You're welcome. I guess it wouldn't be free if I'm telling them to toss a couple bucks.
Yeah, we don't even need free. We don't even need money. Just give me meal.
Yeah,
give me
mind.
meals.
At least dessert.
Yeah.
At least.
Be nice. Give me the bread at least.
Yeah, and then so I guess Cove adventures for me, grinding Netflix a little bit like normal, but
what you got?
The one I came across, which is cool because like in my line of work with training and athletes and whatever, it was kind of sweet because it had this super big positive impact on how I did my job. But it's a documentary, and I saw it a long time ago and like kind of just forgot about it because I think I saw it in bits and pieces. But it's called West Side versus the World. And even if you don't work out, it doesn't matter what you do. Everyone should watch this documentary. It's about West Side Barbell, who's like the most badass powerlifting group in the world.
Where are they located?
Ohio. West side of Ohio.
Oh my God, no, I heard about this because on Pat McAfee's show with AJ Hawk, he was talking about West Side. Okay, so I knew that sounded familiar.
It started God knows when, right? Let's see. Louis Simmons is like the founder of the conjugate system of training, and he's an animal. Basically just learned everything from like reading what the Russians have done in the Soviet because they were very smart. They didn't put it all together in a way, right? And they're just crazy.
Yeah.
So Louis took this and basically in a closet just started making this powerlifting gym, and he was just a tank, just an animal. And basically, long story short, they became like the baddest of bad. We're just winning national champions, world champions.
So is this powerlifting gym, is this meant for bodybuilding, or is this towards actual like
just the sport
powerlifting, like the actual sport of powerlifting?
So just bench, dead, and squat.
Okay.
And the coolest part is like you understand, okay, every one of these people probably has some sort of mental disorder. Like the guy tells a story, he was like, it was supposed to be a light day, and one guy started saying he was stronger than me, and it just escalated. And basically, they were stepping in like puddles of each other's blood because they're like nosebleeds, their shins were scraped, their hands are gushing blood. And he was like, you just step in, your feet squish into some blood, and you just rip a whole new max and like toss it. They're MFing each other, flipping each other off. And they were like trying to get the other person hurt. They wanted you to get hurt so they could be the alpha in the gym, right? And like, I was like, this is the only team in the world that's like, I hope you all die.
That wants everybody, yeah.
And then, so basically, coolest part about it is it was like Louis, who's just, he doesn't care. He's just old and all about like, just be a badass. Like he hates this whole social media world and how he said everyone's just getting soft. Two coolest things is he said he went and got his knee scoped for something. Next day was maxing his squat and stitches were blowing open and his blood was going everywhere. And he was like, they can't tell me I can't squat. And they were like, Louis, what? Your knee is open. God. He's like, yeah, I don't care. And then another part is he like said the same thing he was getting really mad at. his lifters because they were getting so soft and like complacent where they were. And this bench press guy was like, he benched 700 and something pounds. And Louis like, I'll squat 700 pounds before you ever touch 700 on your bench again because you don't train hard. He's like, you'll never put a bar on your back, whatever. At like 60 something years old, he trains again, starts throwing weight and squatted 700 and something pounds.
Oh my God.
Just a tank. Just this old, like, old man tank strength. Didn't even care. And I saw that and I was like, there's no excuse for anything. So I went and tried to squat on like a broken back.
Yeah, on your broken, completely disheveled, destroyed back.
Well, and then I was like in there lifting, and some of my athletes were going, and I was pushing like 400 again, which is like weird when you don't feel 400 on your back. And I go to put a belt on just because I was like, I need to make sure I'm exhaling against this belt and brace my core. Of course, they're like, oh, yeah, big guy thinks you're just all tough putting a belt on. I was like, I don't have discs between my vertebrae. Like, I think I get a belt, right? Like,
I don't understand the needles that have been through my back.
Yeah. I was like, you know those squishy things that absorb the bone on bone? Not there right now. Yeah, not
completely
doing good.
Gone.
But anyway, I strongly suggest watches this because you're just become so much tougher.
What's it called again?
West Side versus the World, and
it's on Netflix.
Yes, and it is phenomenal.
I'll check that out. That sounds awesome,
dude. It's like you'll start lifting random stuff in here while you're watching it. Like, you just start deadlifting chairs and things.
That's what I do whenever I need a good pick me up to really get back going at it, working out again. My go-to is Warrior. Still.
Oh yeah.
Throw that on real quick and like, okay, I'm in.
It's one of those ones like those movies where you like fast forward kind of like mid-end.
Yep. I skip the first 40 minutes now of the movie and get to where the older brother is actually training back in the gym.
Yep.
And at that point I carried on through.
Dude, it's so money. Or like another good one is Creed 2 when he's out in the desert.
Creed 2, the desert scene, man.
When they
love that.
Bro, when they put one foot in the tire.
Oh, yes.
I want to do that.
I kind of want to try that.
I'll quit pretty quick.
But I would just get murdered
I'll take one to the kid and be like, why did I do this? This was stupid.
You see the video of Tyson boxing again?
Mike?
Yeah.
You bite somebody?
He can throw. He can still throw. You should check out that video in your free time. It's pretty good.
All ears stayed in contact?
Yeah. Did you see in the Tyson Fury fight? That was the craziest thing. They had him and Evander in the same ring again.
Oh yeah.
That had to be the first time since the incident.
Had to be. Did you see? I want to see if there's truth to this. Well, did you see Tyson's floppy gloves? Did you see that whole thing going on? I got to see if that's actually against the rules, but they said Tyson Fury's gloves were here. So when he hit you with his palm, it was like just palm to the head.
Really?
Because there was no glove.
I don't know.
I'm no official.
We're getting off track.
We're going real far. Like I said, we're going wherever we want to go with
this.
All
right, so yeah, West Side versus the World. I'll check that out.
Dude, it's awesome. Yeah, make sure there are weights close by because you're gonna want to pump right afterwards.
That's sweet.
Yeah, and then aside from that, I'd say more COVID ventures. I've just been gaming and streaming and things like that, and all the fun stuff.
Not much else to do right now. I mean, I guess Colorado's slowly opening up. I've gone out onto a couple hikes, but besides that, I've just been kind of post up here, video game stuff, developing stuff.
I did have to take the high road. We got done, and anyway, some athletes weren't wearing a mask. And this older lady was sitting there, and she literally goes, "Walk that way." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Walk that way. Don't come this way. Walk that way." I was like, first of all, it's America. I'll walk wherever I want. Second of all, so then, like when you do that, like bite your lip. And then I instantly thought about all those like memes you see where someone will type out what they think and then delete it like 10 times. My brain was doing that.
I see that every day when I remote into people's computers.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's literally what I thought. I was like, F you, I'll go where I want. No, don't do that. I was like, it's America, I'll walk where I want. No, don't do that. And then I just like, sounds good. Turn the other way.
You just gotta let that one go. Take the high road and just walk it away.
But deep down,
everyone's in freak out mode.
Deep down, I just wanted to heavy breathe walk by just to prove a point. But I was like, nah, not the time or the place.
No.
And yeah, but I guess I'd dive into the one game I was gonna mention, the Long Dark that I had been talking too much about.
Yes. heard quite a bit about this game.
And
it's in early access for for a while. I think it came back out in 2014.
Well, so I found out.
And they've been just steadily developing on it still. I think.
Yeah, and I found out. I guess it's not even done.
Yeah, I think that they've just been kind of slowly chipping away on certain aspects of it from the time that they actually released it on Steam. So.
Well, and I'll be quick and basically kind of where I was getting to, and I told you this, but I've never ever had anxiety like that in a video game because like.
Explain a little bit about what the game is.
Yeah, so it's a survival game where you're this guy. You really don't know much. There's no tutorial. There's nothing. You don't know anything. You just find out you're this guy. Some girl who you had a pass with is like, I need you to fly me to the deep, cold depths of Canada. He's like, okay,
sign me up.
Let's go. Yeah, why not? Sure. It's a blizzard outside. Get there, instantly plane crashes. Annoying part, it took me maybe 50 minutes to figure out how to just get this journey going. Like, it doesn't tell you, like, go click on this or start this fire. You just got to interact with everything and see if it triggers, like,
it's kind of cool, though, I guess. I mean...
Yeah, until you're like, I have ran around this square room 40 times now, and I about quit within that. But anyway.
That's fair.
You go, plane crashes, then you realize it's auto-saving the whole time. I basically got 30 extra minutes on top of that and was like, I am too injured from not figuring out what to do fast enough. I had to go back and restart so that I was in a better situation. But like everything will kill you. It's like you've got these 4 bars. It's like you're getting cold. Then you got to build a fire real quick. Oh, now I'm thirsty. I better melt some snow on the fire, boil it in time to drink it. Oh, now I'm hungry. I better cook some. Oh, now I got to sleep. I got to make sure there's heat by me while I sleep. Do you have meters
for all this stuff, or is it just like, okay, so there actually are like indicators? It's not like he is just giving you commentary on what you need to be doing.
Yeah, and then so you have no clue. But here's the part that really gets you, is you think you're going to get jump scared because it's like the ominous music, and there's nothing around, and you're out in the forest.
Cold,
and then out of nowhere, you'll just see a wolf, and you're like, that'll kill me. I'm going to go this way. But you have to like throw rocks at bunnies. The craziest thing, man, you hit a bunny, and he grabs it, and you're like, yes, I got the bunny. He just goes... and like, yeah, like right in your face.
Nice.
So it's got that feeling to it. And then, like as you go, it pretty much progresses from like, okay, we're just flying this plane, boom, plane crash, to like you landed in a not good place with not good people. So then on top of that, you're like, I'm really going to die. And I think you like make choices throughout the game. It's one of those, but I highly suggest playing it, trying it out. Just know you're going to have like a anxiety-filled 4 hours in the first chapter.
Yikes.
And you don't know what to do the whole time.
I've never been into those. I don't know. I guess I'd try them.
I didn't think I was.
I don't know. I've been diving deep. I've been doing it. It's been kind of weird. I've been into a bunch of older games. I say older games, but from a few years back. So like, I'm trying to finish off Hellblade. We have a lot of...
I thought you finished that.
Things related to hell in this podcast. No,
should we talk about Doom now too?
Yeah. Finished Doom 2016. Go play that game. God dang, ripping demons in half feels so good.
What is up, dude? We're taking heads off and
love it.
Rabbits are getting killed.
Yeah, you're sacrificing rabbits. No, Doom 2016, great game. I don't know about Doom Eternal. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard good things. Hellblade. That's a funky game. I love that game.
I thought you finished it.
I'm so close. But I
remember I watched you.
Yeah, I played through a good portion of it and then never finished it back when it first came out. But I kind of restarted the whole thing, went back through it from scratch just because I'd forgotten certain portions of it. So I'm in the last chapter now of it. Just got to finish that thing off.
My review,
phenomenal game.
The one word I would say that describes that game, unsettling.
Very unsettling. So that's
like, crazy unsettling.
Norse mythology mixed in with a amazing performance, which she apparently was one of. I think she was on the art team. She was an artist at that studio, and when they were developing out this game, they put her in there to just do some of the initial camera work and that kind of stuff for the character, just so they had something to show to pitch the game.
Okay.
And they're like, turns out you're just an amazing voice actress.
This is perfect.
So we're just going to roll with you as being the main character. She won a bunch of awards for this performance. But the whole thing is, it's a very streamlined game. Up close, like it's kind of over the shoulder, kind of up a little bit more uptight. Third person combat, but it is very much a 1v. You have to get to basically 1v1. Sometimes there's 3 or 4 enemies coming at you, but your best option is to kind of separate them out. It's a lot of parry and then attack. But the unsettling stuff is everything going on with the puzzles in the world to continue on as you're trying to get into Helheim to basically get the soul back of your loved one. But she has mental illness.
Yeah,
is the whole thing. She has voices in her head that are constantly talking to her, which they play into the actual overall arc of the story and also into gameplay. So they are pushing along some of the storyline, but they're also being like, "Hey, you're going the wrong way.
Yeah,
turn this way. Turn this way. There's somebody behind you. They're going to kill you." Like things like that. So it gives you little warnings here and there as you're going, and it's just eerie and also absolutely brilliant. And I love everything about it. And the reason I got back into playing is because they announced a second one.
Oh, I saw that.
That's supposed to be coming out on the new Xbox and everything like that. So I'm jacked for that. So I want to finish off that game for sure.
Do you play that game when it's just you, or are there other?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can play that game.
The best way to play that game is by yourself in a dark room with headphones on, and it's amazing. Like it just completely pulls you in.
You know what? I was just gonna say, I'm not down with like the jump scare games. I know this doesn't jump scare you, but remember how like forever I'm like, I won't do it.
Yeah.
I won't stream jump scare games. I'm not gonna be that guy who's just a total doofus like freaking out. I played Warzone last night. Got jump scared twice because people just sit in a corner and spray you when you think you're fine.
Yep.
Scared the hell out of me. Yeah. Well, so I guess there you go. Jump scare games.
Yep.
Call of Duty.
Yep. Call of Duty. The ultimate jump scare game.
Scared the hell out of me yesterday. Yeah,
that's a fun game though. I've been playing a little bit of Warzone too, but the other big game I've been playing is Astroneer, which came out a few years ago, but they've updated a bunch since. So yeah, I've been getting heavy. So that's kind of along those lines of kind of more of a survival based game. You have your.
But can you actually die in that game?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you respawn, of course, but you can die.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, you just get dropped onto the first initial world. I think there are 7 worlds that you can travel between once you get the right resources and build the right craft and all that
How many
kind of
people
stuff.
can you play with?
4.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
I think it's up to 4. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so you just have to build out the world, collect a bunch of resources. You get to manipulate the ground, like you suck up all the ground, and you can oh boy, let me hit my mic out of the way here. But you basically can terraform the planet to whatever you want. But yeah, you can die because there is an oxygen meter, so you have to put tethers out as you're going to keep your oxygen. And if you
there like,
as I did, just started plowing through the world, and then all of a sudden hit a cavern and fell like 200 feet to the ground and was just looking up at the tethers up above and just suffocated. There you go.
That's kind of morbid. That's tough.
It's great.
Just staring at what should be saving you.
Yeah, just yelling for Ed, please save me. Please, God, save me. And no go.
Damn it, Ed. Speaking of, we already mentioned Ed will be on here frequently, but come on, Ed. You can't just let my boy die like that. Yeah. Are there like actual objects that can hurt you, or is it
there are? So once you start digging through the world, even in the outer world, and I think it gets more and more as you get into some of the more difficult plants. They have basically difficulty level on each of the plants as you're going to travel to them. So we've only been in the easy plant so far as we've been getting into it, but there are, on like the initial 2 worlds, there are plants that if you're sucking up things around them and you hit one, it'll explode, and it can kill you immediately. So
how would you know? Like, you just gotta hope for the best.
Well, you see the plants, you know what they look like.
Oh,
so and if you take out the underneath portion of them and they basically fall, then they'll explode to a certain degree.
That'd be great if it was just random bombs hiding in these things.
Just it's like
F it.
What? It's like Minesweeper. You just got to hit the right spot and hope for the
best.
Minecraft
meets Minesweeper. I'm all about that. I'd play that.
Yeah, I've been playing the crap out of that game. That game is it's a good time. It's a lot of fun if you have friends playing with you too, because you can have several different instances of it going. So for us, Ed and I have an instance going that anybody else can drop into, but it's like it's under my profile for a world. And I think he saved one off on his side that he's playing with his brother-in-law or something like that. So you can kind of have a couple of them going at one time.
Yeah, that is sweet.
It's a cool game, really cool game. So Yeah, that's kind of what I've been playing, which I don't know. I guess upcoming games. I really want to play The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I don't have a PlayStation.
You know, buy a PlayStation for one game.
No, maybe. No.
A $500 game.
But,
our next gen consoles, did we get a release yet?
They're still claiming holiday of 2020, but I don't see how that's going to happen unless supply chain changes. It's going to affect the supply chain just because of everything going on right now with COVID. I don't know how they would be able to manufacture it, or even if they do, it's going to be like a Wii situation, I would assume, to where it's going to be extremely hard to get your hands on one.
Which was genius. Like when the Switch did that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I think that right now, though, people are fiending for them. I don't know. It's one of those things where I have my PC, and that's where I want to play the majority of my games. It's just, God dang it, Sony. Microsoft is doing so well. We'll be able to play everything we want on PC immediately.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have an Xbox, which I love the look of the new Xbox, actually.
I haven't seen it. I don't want to look because I'll buy it. I don't need to.
It's just a brick. It's a nice tall. It's like this big. It's just a brick.
So it looks like an Xbox. It's a box.
Super simple design.
I love it.
But I do like it.
What do you think? I wish I was in the room when the design team came up with that.
Right?
I think they're like Xbox. Let's do a box.
So just make a box. Yeah, and then their clever naming convention of the Xbox X series. Yes.
That's a lot of X's. XBOXX.
Yeah.
You got 3 X's.
It's too much.
Oh, hey, that
Triple
might be.
X.
Yeah, something goofy up in there.
Vin Diesel.
It's rated XXX. The here's what's not good. Every time I hear about consoles coming out, I just pray to God that South Park is going to make another 3-part series about a console war. Yeah, and I hope they go back to the Game of Thrones every time. That was the best 3 episodes I have ever seen in my life of any show. I'll go back and watch that because then we got the Stick of Truth.
Yeah,
unbelievable game, like top 5er for me for sure.
What'd you think of
the Fractured Butthole?
Yeah, what'd you think of that?
They tried too hard, for sure, but it was still hilarious. But there's no going up from the Stick of Truth. It was like a perfect game in my mind. Like, yeah, it was like turn-based fighting, which was perfect for that scenario because you get like the humor from each character after, because it gives you time. So like you do something and then they have the perfect reaction made for it every time. But it's cool because you're like, okay, I got to kill this guy, go through this, blah, blah, blah. And then after every fight, it like reminds you that it's just kids playing a game. Because they'll get up and they're like, I'm telling my mom, and they like run off. You know? Yes. Yeah, this is good. Phenomenal game.
That's great. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with the whole console war. I'm intrigued. I want to know what the PlayStation is going to look like. They haven't released anything on that front. Probably because they don't know what parts they're going to be able to get in. So, everybody might get their own unique PlayStation by the end of it. Who knows? No, I'm just joking. They released what the controller looks like.
I didn't see it.
It's I kind of like the look of it.
Look like a controller?
Well, yeah, but they did this weird two-tone. So the top of it is white and the bottom half is all like black. So it's just like this weird. It's chunkier too than the other. It's like in between the PlayStation 4 controller and an Xbox controller.
So wait, is it black?
The white console? On top, the console they haven't showed. Oh, so nobody knows if it's gonna be like a weird two-tone console.
What color is the Xbox?
Just straight black as of right now. I'm guessing that they're gonna release some other colors and that kind of stuff. But
I'm waiting for the day where they're. Oh, I guess Switch kind of did that. Where they're like, but I mean, kind of. Isn't the actual Switch black stuff?
Yeah, the actual Switch is straight black. It's the Joy-Cons that you can change colors.
See, I want one day them just to show up and be like, it's pink.
Which that's what I'm actually gonna do. I'm actually changing. I'm been testing out some things. I want to change the color of my Switch, so I think I'm gonna paint that sucker. That'll be a little DIY project that I'll show off on a later podcast or something like that.
Well, hey, we have plenty of pink and whatever spray paints if you want them.
Do you really?
Well, because of all the dang wedding and do it at home stuff.
Can I actually have it?
Yes.
I have a can or two?
The more you take... Oh, here's a tip for all of you listeners out here.
Don't get married during COVID.
Yeah, that's been tough. But my wonderful, wonderful fiance, babe, I hope when you hear this, you just are so excited and I get points for this. Had this phenomenal idea. And it's okay because we're doing like stand-up A-frames out in the field. And we're like, the colors are pink and blue. So I was like, stand up A-frame, and it's going to be like, park your car here and whatever. So I was like, yeah, it should be easy. Let's just make them. Let's not buy them. That's pretty cake. So we got the boards and all that. And then she's like, well, I want them to be pink with white letters because it'll look really good for the wedding. I was like, great idea. Go for it.
Yeah.
She moved her car out of the garage, spray painted them all. Looked pretty good. And we had cardboard under, so nothing happened. Well, I looked, and I walked out, and I was like, there's a very weird pink hue on my truck. And thank God, though, the spray paint...
You could wipe it off? Or?
The spray paint just, it like floated onto the dust on my car. So when I washed it, but I was like, my truck is pink.
That would have been awesome.
Just like a pink glossiness over it. Oh my God. I was like, dude, no way. And she was sweating bullets. Like, I hope this comes off his truck. So I was like, maybe like next time we spray paint, we don't do it in the garage. Because then like...
Take it outside.
Yeah, because like she didn't realize that it was going to like spray and splatter. So like sides of the wall have some pink all over. And I was like, she's just trying to make my house pink. I think she knew what she was doing.
It was a test.
Like slowly but surely.
See how you actually feel about it.
10 years, my garage will just be pink.
Pink, straight up.
Which is tough. And she would love every minute of it. But yeah, and then, so there's the old do it. So there's plenty of paint. You can have some spray paint. And then, lastly, I did have ideas. I don't think she'll listen. Hopefully she doesn't hear this before the wedding. I think I've told her most of this, but I've really tried to think of new ideas that, because like, you know this, now that we're talking about weddings and stuff, we don't get a lot of say, like, in how this is going to rock, because it's not our day at all. Everyone's like, oh, it's your guys' day. It's her day. Let's be honest. Because she's like, babe, I want you to help me pick the colors. We could do like this shade of pink or this shade of pink or a different shade of pink. So we're going with pink is what I'm hearing here. Yeah, but do you guys want to be like this shade of blue or this shade of blue or this shade of blue? Like, okay, I don't, at this point, or pink and blue, let's go for it. But I figured there's some things that I can control that are going to be rad. Like I told her I wanted tannerite lining the fence. So instead of like, cheers to the happy couple.
Are we going to do a 21 gun salute?
I want that. I really want that. Hard part is we're out in the field in the middle of July in Montana. And you and I have almost already lit an entire field on fire in Montana. So I don't know if we should go around too, especially since we can be charged as adults now. When we were 10, it was fine. You just light it up on fire and say, whoops, that was a fire.
Take some Roman candles together, a bottle rocket, see what happens.
If anything, it was just a science experiment. Kids are trying to learn. But yeah.
We stomped it out quickly.
Well, so they shut down my tannerite idea because I was like, instead of like, here, instead of just be like, cheers, and just an explosion going off, shut that one down.
I already had my fireworks shut down. Venue that we're going to said that I can't have fireworks.
Well, part of it is I actually do need you to light fireworks off during my vows.
Woo!
So again, babe, if you hear this before the wedding, we'll talk. It's not actually happening, but post-wedding, this is going to be hilarious. And then, she said she really wanted chandeliers. And I was like, cool, deer antler chandeliers would look great in there. She didn't go for that. We have to do real chandeliers, apparently.
Dang.
And then, I said I wanted camo tuxes. That got shut down.
That's fair.
But I
gotta go with her on that one.
I did get American flags inside of my suit, though. The lining.
That's dope.
So I feel like it was a fair compromise. And then when I run for president, I'm set.
Then you don't have to worry about it anymore. You're gonna get the seat in place. And
then, well, there's one that she can't know about, but I'll tell you after.
Tell off. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Yeah, that's cool. Actually probably smart. I don't need her hearing all this. So anyway, don't plan a wedding during COVID. It's not easy.
Yeah, especially right in the middle of it.
And then especially when she's like, let's get a puppy. Wedding.
Don't get puppies. Don't say that right now. She's around. My fiance's around somewhere. Say, wanting a puppy.
I think her ears are burning from us saying puppy right now.
One psycho.
Yeah, so anyway, that's been life. That is going down.
It's fun times. I mean, it's stressful. That's good.
Yeah, I haven't. We'll see. We'll see if I right hook any 80-year-old ladies or anything, but so far we were 0 for 1.
It's been I don't know. I've been locked up here. It's been kind of nice because I've been able to get a bunch of this stuff all together and up and running a little bit as we're trying to get this thing all underway. You've been streaming a lot, which is great. Plug that here in a second. Besides that, like the other thing that I've been working on around here as kind of my last passion project type thing is a secondary piece that's going to appear on the same on this channel, which is our side show, 2-Week Train Wrecks.
Yes.
It is a show where I have 2 weeks to make a video game, and then Taylor has to play it from beginning to end.
It was phenomenal.
So I've been just doing a lot of development, and that is me having to create everything like assets to actually coding out movement to full level design, all that kind of stuff. So that'll be coming out shortly. The first episode, first game's made. Second game is closed down as we've been kind of stuck in weird filming hell here. So the first episode of that should come out here because we're filming that probably today as well. Same day we're shooting this, weirdly enough.
Yeah, it is amazing to me how much one little detail can change the entire game. Like when you're coding it.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about before, which you all will see, but man, like you're like, oh, whoops, one button didn't carry over.
And I am not a professional developer. I'm a bad artist.
Which makes it so fun. It makes it so fun.
So the first game that is that Western classic.
Fire.
You'll see, Taylor, you're going to get to experience that shortly. It's going to be a real good time. So be looking out for that. That's been kind of my life, developing that kind of stuff, which being locked up here has been kind of helpful for that. It just kind of kept me on my computer, really, just being able to work on that kind of stuff, learn a ton. So if there's any silver lining, I guess it's us getting this kind of stuff set up and getting the podcast running here, getting that all running, getting a couple of those episodes under our belt, and then your streaming stuff, twitch.tv/sherryballs.
Balls crew.
Yeah, plug it a little bit.
Balls crew's running. Dude, it's weird, right? Like this whole thing almost became, I mean, you were along for the ride. It was like started as a joke, became really fun, caught a little bit of ground, and I was like, yeah, let's roll. Let's have fun. But my whole thing has been if it ever becomes not fun, I'm not doing it anymore. I haven't had a day where it hasn't been fun. Like even the days where I'm tired and I'm like, I'll still hop on and go. Like something new happens, and like we've gotten unreal people that will like show up every day. Like even if they're just like, hey, what's up, dude? Saw your stream. I want to make sure I said hi. And then to like the extent of they're like always in, gifting subscribers, having a blast. And it's like, I did not expect that at all. So yeah, so far it's been incredibly fun. And dude, like kind of where this whole thing sparked from is it was like, this sounds fun. Let's try it.
Yeah.
And
that's where we do most things.
I mean, and like I call you probably every other day, like, dude, $1 million idea. We got to try this. I literally walked through the door with another one. And yeah, I mean, like you said, there's so much coolness, like unfortunately a lot of bad that comes from this virus. But dude, this stream has just been one more thing that's been like, yeah, hell yeah, let's go.
Through the day.
Sounds fun. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Blondie's been toughening it out a little bit. She's not the like. Actually, I'm not sure. I think she likes how much I like it and I'm enjoying it. And I think she likes that, like, she gets her free time at night. Like, she can watch Hallmark movies and I don't have to ruin every one of them for her. The guy gets the girl. Movie's over.
Yep.
Done. Thanks, Hallmark.
Not the rich guy.
No. Which, come on.
Yeah.
I haven't seen more, what is that, fiction?
Yeah, it's garbage.
That's the most fiction crap I've ever seen.
And half the time in the Hallmark movies, the son of a bitch turns out to be Santa Claus or related to Santa Claus for some reason. Those movies don't make any sense.
I really hope someone. Yeah, this is. Here, I'm not going to get on this whole rant right now because everyone's heard my full stance on this that knows me. But BS, dude. Like the one I was talking about the other day. This lady's like big time, made it in New York, fought against the odds. Somehow she ends up in Christmas land and God knows wherever because her car broke down. She's like, oh, I just got to get back to work. But then meets hunky Mr. My wife left me and I got my kid. Dude, first of all, you're going to tell me you're going to go become this stepmom now in like Nowhereville, who apparently everything that matters is just Christmas. So you really are looking forward to one day because it's Christmas land. So you're going to throw, and then of course she goes back to her job. And it's like, oh, I just miss Christmas land. And this guy, really? You had this you had this unreal job. You made it big. You did what everyone did. And you throw it all away to go live in Christmas land, making $5 an hour somewhere. That's not true. Come on.
No, it's just like the other one that I've seen that Blonde had on at one point, where the dude.
Sorry, babe.
Where the dude gets kidnapped. He gets kidnapped. He wrecks his car. Dude gets kidnapped. She makes him stay at their house, and friggin' all of a sudden they fall in love and they become best of friends.
No.
And then all of a sudden they're together.
Yeah.
It is trash.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Misery?
That's
what would actually
way
happen.
more realistic.
You're going to get a board between the legs, and then you're going to have to crush that bitch in the head with a solid trophy that you grab off the counter as you're crawling your way towards the stairs.
All, anyone that's willing to kidnap anybody ain't going to fall in love at the end of that story. I've seen every bad movie out there.
Yeah, you don't see Jigsaw from Saw all of a sudden being like, I actually love this person here. I'm going to take them out of the maze even though I kidnapped them. We're going to live happily ever after.
Your challenge ends in 3, 2. Will you marry me? That ain't it. That's not real. Hallmark, you're full of it. And I have a personal vendetta to see you guys
And then there's the Lifetime movies, which are basically the same plots as the Hallmark movies, only everybody dies at the end. Like, somebody dies or goes to prison at the end of every one of those.
You got to get a tear in there somehow. Hallmark is the loving tier. Lifetime is
the murder tier.
Dude, speaking of tears, though, super off topic. The one show that would get me 100% of the time, did you ever used to watch Extreme Makeover Home Edition?
They brought it back.
I'm not watching it. I don't need to cry.
They brought it back.
When they moved that bus, I was like,
yep.
Move it. Just freaking move it.
Yep. Yeah, that show was bomb. Yeah, they brought it back. It's on, I think it's on HGTV. I haven't watched any of the new episodes yet.
Why are we podcasting? Why don't we just make our own version of Hallmark? Every girl in the flipping world would watch it, and it's over.
Yep.
It's not hard. I can write that right now.
Start making cards for useless holidays and sell all those too.
You just need one female to be the lead role in all 20 movies that we start with. One different guy who just works out a lot and is a terrible actor.
Doesn't matter.
And you just call it things like Christmas Land, Toy Story Universe, or Happy Rainbow Lucky Lane. And dude, boom, done. We're set.
The Lucky Leprechaun.
Done. What is it, March? Almost. Close enough.
Doesn't matter. The guy is penniless, but as soon as he finds love, he gets his pot of gold.
Wow. Hallmark, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah. It doesn't even matter because there's Christmas in July. We could be...
As we're talking about holidays, by the way,
Leprechauns
do you
in
know
May.
why the Easter Bunny does he steal all those eggs?
He ain't laying them.
We're not getting into this.
Wow, we went down the rabbit hole, literally.
That got bad.
Literally went down the rabbit hole there, huh?
Anyways, anything else to add?
No, I think we went far enough off
Is this
topic
good
today.
enough?
Wow, if there was ever an intro
Episode
video that explained what this was it.
Yeah, congrats. We covered everything from video games to movies to weddings to Hallmark.
To powerlifting.
Powerlifting.
Watch that documentary. It is phenomenal.
Well, if you come back, at least you know that you're going to get something funky.
There's a good chance we will cover whatever you want to hear about. At some point, it will be hit.
And with that, stay safe. See you next time.